A little while ago, Purified released the SLP 538 EQ, and it's something that I really wanted to take a look at, so let's get started! Alright, Purified. I think the only plugin that I reviewed from them is the VU compressor, which I think I actually really liked. Did I? I don't remember. Usually my viewers know my videos better than I do. Meet our newest plugin, the SLP 538 EQ. It's rehab for EQ tweakers. Two console EQs combined into one. Yeah, I think it's an SSL, a rusty SSL EQ, because of the way the knobs look. Delivering the best of all hardware tone shapers in one impossible plugin. It's not impossible anymore, because they made it. Forget staring at squiggly yellow lines for hours. It's time to stop letting your eyes dictate your sound. I already started this discussion in the video about the I had to look it up, about the Pulsar 8200, where yes, you shouldn't use your eyes when EQing, or basically you shouldn't use your eyes at all during audio engineering. But on the other hand, there are reasons to have a squiggly yellow line. If you want to see that video, I'll link it over here. This one is aimed at the other thing. The SLP 538 EQ is your new channel EQ if you like to actually finish mixes. It's a big statement. I know it's a problem. Not sure if changing the plugin is fixing that problem. I think there are actually psychological reasons why it's difficult to finish mixes. I actually think it also has to do with the fact that it's a creative process. I also think it's not something to be ashamed about, that you cannot finish your work, because I'm hearing this story from everybody, all the way from bedroom producers to Hollywood film score producers, that their work basically never is finished. There's just a moment where it gets released. I don't even think there is a fix for it. To make this the last EQ you'll ever need, it also has auto gain to stop volume creep. Built-in filters, phase inversion, always nice, and our obligatory THD knob. So this is it. Yeah, Phillips head screws, rust all around it, or rust, what is it? Wear. Like, they couldn't even take the time to just give it a new paint job. Really? Like, so we've got two modules, 500 series like modules, I think. I hope that this housing has a good power supply then, because, you know, I'd love to choose my own power supply when it comes to 500 series. And indeed, we have stepped controls, but I think what I already spotted here is that you can turn the stepped controls off. Yeah, if you want to be precise, you can still be precise. Interesting. So we got that. We've got a few filters and THD. Okay. Before I'm going to run audio through this plugin, I want to say that I'm doing this review completely independent. Purify didn't ask me. Actually, the viewers even didn't ask me. I saw the newsletter of this EQ and I was like, hey, I should try this thing out because it sounds interesting. If you appreciate my independence, make sure to support me by using my affiliate links over here. I'll link Toman and Sweetwater over here and Plugin Boutique over here. And you can buy your hardware and software using those links. And the fact that the community is using those links really helps a lot. So thanks a lot for doing that. So let's try it out with some audio. The track name is Sandstorm by Darude. Interesting. What I always find interesting with digital distortion is how it distorts things like hi-hats and stuff. So the higher up frequencies that are not necessarily a tone. It really sounds different from analog, those type of things. You could say it's more polished, that analog kind of misses out on those frequencies. It also feels as if it's less accurate when it's analog and more precise when it's digital. But it's different. That's definitely happening here. All right, let's do some EQing. Oh, okay. So I think this EQ is in front of the harmonic distortion. Yeah, there you go, yeah. So that really gives that extra analog vibe. So normally an EQ, definitely in a console or something, would probably also have a bit of distortion going in. So you're EQing the distorted section, and then there's extra distortion coming over the rest of the signal. I say distortion, I mean saturation. Kinda is the same thing, it's just the amount. So when it comes to not looking at what you're doing, but listening to what you're doing, there is actually an interesting tip, and I think this one comes from, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I think this tip comes from mixing with your mind. This one, oh, it's niet leverbaar, so I don't think it's available anymore. I read this book a long time ago, and one of the tips that was in there is to, instead of tweaking the EQ parameters as we would normally do, is tweaking them in bypass. So we're bypassed, then we're tweaking something, and then we're checking it activated. The thing you're doing then is you're creating an A/B test for your own settings. And one of the things that was claimed with this tip is that our ears are better at A/B testing. And I kind of agree. I think it's easier to hear differences in a proper A/B test. What is important for doing an A/B test, however, again, is auto gain. And luckily this plugin has that included. It's actually on by default, as far as I know. Anyway, interesting plugin. Definitely if you're looking for indeed a plugin that, doesn't give a lot of visual feedback and has a little bit of that analog character in here. This is the character knob, basically. This is just what's creating your character. As you could see, I'm running the trial here, and I highly recommend everybody to run the trial as well. So I'll link to the SLP 538 in the description down below, where you can either buy this plugin directly or try it out yourself. And after you've did your own test, come back to the comments and let me know what you think. I would love to hear all of your thoughts. If you like my videos and want to support me, consider becoming a member. You can do that using the join button down below. Unless you're on iOS, then you have to go to the website to join me. After that, you can watch members videos that will work on iOS using the different playlists that are marked with members only. I'll link an interesting playlist over here. If you cannot support me in that way, at least you can support me by watching more videos. I'll link an interesting video over here. Don't forget to subscribe, keep pushing, and bye bye.